If someone tells you they have a guarantee about an NFL game,
okay,
be skeptical.
Don't believe them?
They're usually lying, or at least overhyping their thought, right?
Okay.
If they have an absolute guarantee, be very skeptical because they might be fixing a game, and that's illegal. No, I'm kidding.
Well, there's that.
But I have a guarantee about tonight's game. So be skeptical until you hear my justification. It's not like this team's going to win or that there's no prop bet that I can give you 100% on.
Okay.
But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, the Saints are going to blitz the heck out of the A-gaps. The gaps on either side of the center, between the center and the guard. Double A-gaps. Twists in the A-gaps. Both backers mugged up in the A-gaps, screaming dirty language at the guards, only to then at the snap of the ball drop off into coverage. They are going to be running every single thing they can at the guards. They will be twisting they'll be twisting defensive tackle and defensive end as much as they possibly can. Cam Jordan will be yelling out all kinds of code words to do all kinds of off-the-cuff ad-libs with his defensive line teammates. They are going to be as creative as they possibly can on the interior of the defensive line, using linebacker blitzes, corner blitzes, using safety blitzes, everything they possibly can. Because the guards for the Panthers are inexperienced.
Yeah.
And we're talking about like one start between the two of them, inexperienced. We're talking like a rookie and another young player stepping in for two vets. Chandler Zavala, Cade Mays, starting guards. We don't even know what side they're going to start on yet. Will Zavala stick with the right guard where he started last week in his first career start, or will he move to the left side because he and Ike Ekwonu, the left tackle, played on the left side together in college? What are we looking at here? And Cade Mays would obviously fill in the opposite. We don't even know yet. This is where you have to be very, very cautious about your young guards, and you also have to have like the serious conversation where you tell them you get paid to play football too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid. If you're going to make a mistake, take someone's head off doing it.
Yeah.
And make sure everybody knows what you're doing, right? Don't go rogue. Whatever you think is the best move, pre-snap, let Bozeman know. Let Icky know. Let Moten, if he's out there playing with you, know. You got to go all out, but you have to be an excellent communicator. It only takes, this is the hard part, right? If you're going to make a mistake, make it 100 miles an hour. But also, it only takes one or two missteps to ruin the game, so you can't afford many of those. So if you're going to make a mistake, make it 100 miles an hour, but do everything you possibly can to not make many mistakes. Oh, by the way, the 10-time Pro Bowler across the way from you, DeAndre Jordan, that's not it, Cam Jordan, he's going to be using every trick in the book to confuse you. Good luck. Tap him on the helmet, send him out there. Oh, and it's Monday Night Football. Oh, and you have a rookie quarterback behind you. No pressure.
See, I view the compound on top of that. I think one of the reasons why you might see the Saints blitz a lot tonight, especially up the middle. Like you mentioned the guards. But is anyone from the Carolina Panthers be able to get separation one-on-one? Like, I'm sorry, I get Marshawn Lattimore can lock down DJ Chark. I don't see Adam Thielen or Mingo or Marshall beating anybody one-on-one, at least not right now.
And on top of that, has anyone tested the internal alarm clock or the eyes in the back of the head of Bryce Young?
Exactly.
Like, it's again, this is the greatest of all time, so it's a bad analogy or it's a bad comparison. But, like, everyone was terrified to blitz Tom Brady. That's not because he was going to, he always had the best one-on-one wide receivers, or it's because he had a 4.3 40 that if you blitz him and he got the edge, he was gone. It was he had the eyes in the back of his head, right? He had the internal alarm clock. He knew exactly how long he had to get rid of the ball. That hasn't been tested with Bryce Young yet. So I think you're going to get what we used to call exotic blitzes all day, every day. Exotic blitzes, meaning corners blitzing and defensive ends dropping into coverage to get out there and cover the flat. You're going to get the interior, the inside linebackers, like I said, mugged up, which means before the snap, during pre-snap, right in front of the guards, screaming at Bryce Young, I'm going to come eat your lunch. I'm going to come put you on your back. Your mother wears army boots. And then on the snap, they're going to turn and run into coverage just to confuse one of the guards.
Yeah.
Right? So one of the guards is sitting there going, oh, no, the guy who I was pretty intent on blocking because he said my quarterback's mother wears army boots, he's no longer here. What am I supposed to block? Meanwhile, an outside backer comes off the edge, and that's where his eyes should have been. They are going to try to confuse the guards because, quite frankly, they're confusable. New players, these two players, they don't wear jerseys. They wear bullseyes tonight.
Yeah.
Right? That there's JJ Watt talks about this a lot, and he's seen, with JJ now being the analyst side, joining us and buttoned up in the media, he's talked about Myles Garrett doing it. But like JJ used to take 2 or 3 plays at left defensive end, 2 or 3 plays at left defensive tackle, 2 or 3 plays at right defensive tackle, 2 or 3 plays at right defensive end, then go to the sideline and tell the defensive coordinator, all right, put me at right defensive tackle. The guard's the worst. And then he would just cook there the rest of the game, having, auditioned everybody up front, and now he knows where's the weak link. They don't have to go through the audition process.
Nope.
Right? You're going to go after the guards. So if you can put your best players, if you can put your best blitzers, if you can do the most confusing thing for the guard, you don't even need to go through that, 10, 12 plays of let's figure out who's doesn't have it today. They're attacking Zavala, and they're attacking even more so Cade Mays.
Well, if you use, for example, if it's Chuba Hubbard or Miles Sanders into block in a pass situation, if you're going to help up the middle, that puts even more stress on Ike Kwanu on the outside, who we've seen struggle at different points.
Trust me, the defense would love it.
Yeah.
The defensive coordinator would love it if you do what you say, right?
Yeah.
Keep Miles Sanders into block. Keep him up the middle. Perfect. Another guy that's not in the route, right? That's a check down for Bryce Young that is not there.
Yep.
So then you probably have to keep Hayden Hurst on some kind of a spot, which means he's not running deep, which means like everything gets shrunk. And then your young quarterback has less options out there. I'm telling you right now, there's not many guarantees in sports. It is a guarantee that the defensive coaching staff and the defensive veterans for the Saints are licking their chops because you don't always get to run all your fun plays.
No.
Right? You don't always get to run your wild and crazy blitzes. A lot of times against a good quarterback, you got to play vanilla, right? You're like, oh, you're the inside backer. All right, I need you to run fit and guard the curl flat every play. Fun game plan.
Cool.
Tonight, you're the middle linebacker. Okay, you're going to sometimes blitz off the edge. You're going to sometimes blitz up the middle. Sometimes you're going to drop and cover the middle third. Sometimes you're going to have to get out to the curl flat. Like you're going to get to do a whole bunch of different stuff. And they're going, sweet. Oh, and you get to try to make a rookie look bad. Even better.